Going by trike. Here we go. Okay, what is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Richie Rich.
And saying good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody who's joining us today.
Where's the afternoon?
Huh?
Where's the
I
afternoon?
don't know, just maybe because
Somewhere. Somewhere in the world.
Yeah, because we're expanding and we want to know if people are watching us.
Damn it, somebody in the world is watching in the afternoon.
Yeah. So before we jump in today's live stream, a very somehow serious live stream, and very important to talk about. Okay. Okay, so before we jump in, just a few reminders for everyone tuning in tonight. So this is a call-in live stream. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, 415-490-8030. Call us and give us your take. And of course, each call is limited to 2 minutes and 2 seconds so everybody gets a fair chance to join. And most
2
importantly,
minutes and 2 seconds.
yeah.
You got the timer.
I,
You gonna
yeah.
you gonna
So
you gonna hang up on him after 2 minutes.
of course not. We try to be concise and direct to the point. So, and most importantly, please be respectful to everybody here in the chat.
Especially in light of the conversation, especially too. All right. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay, so let's get to it. Yeah, there we go. So you want to share the news? Go ahead and share the news. What we got, what we're talking about here.
Okay, so tonight's topic is serious, but of course it's necessary. So we're talking about how to handle conflict in the Philippines, and it's rooted with this breaking story or news that happened just January 29th, and a woman survives 63 wounds inflicted with a knife. Gosh, I know. Okay.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah.
We talked about this before, right?
Wounds inflicted.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Right? We don't talk about
anything
like that, right? Yeah, we got to be careful. Anyway, yeah, so 63 times. So and it wasn't just a woman, it was
A Filipino.
it was a Filipina. The dude was an expat. It doesn't say, the story doesn't say where the expat was from, although his name leads me to believe that he's not, thank God he's not American. But who knows? You never know. But his name is definitely has European roots. And they were a married couple. Okay, my bad. The article says, according to the article, but we'll see. I think there's a lot more that's going to come out on here, but it says that this article does say that he's American. The name leads me to believe that he's not. You know how they group us all together? They group us all together in one. The dude's name, did you get his name? Yeah, his name is in there actually. But it's not one of our names, but you never know. I mean, because people immigrate and all that stuff. Anyway, it was a married couple, and here's the key. Here's something key. Dude was 40 years old, and she's 36. And how many kids you say she had?
Based on what I read, it's 3. She
had 3 kids. He's 40, she's 36. He comes home. The gist of it is he comes home, and they have an argument breaks out between them in the bedroom, and he got upset. I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. We won't guess, but something was said or something was done that made him really upset, because 63 times with some kind of a device or weapon is not really that means this man was very, very angry. Was very angry. So this is where we just had this live stream just the other day, where in my solo show, where you have to be able to walk away. There are going to be some women out there who are just going to incite, and they're going to provoke you. They're going to incite some kind of drama, and you have to be able to. First of all, you have to be smart enough to not get involved with those kind of women.
Mhm.
But second, when if or when you do, you have to be smart enough to just walk away, get away. Nothing good is going to come out of this. You know, this man is going to be in jail or prison for a long, long time. This is not
Mhm.
one of those issues where we just deport him and right. I mean, 63 times, bruh. Think we were talking about this before the show. Do you know how
How
tired, right?
exhausting that
We
is.
were
Yeah.
acting this out. We were kind of acting this out between us, and I was like, good, good, like, do you know how tired you would have to be to do that 63 times? You would have to be exhausted. So how angry must he have been?
Mhm. And I think I mentioned to you earlier that that must have been a like a buildup.
A buildup, right?
So like he kept it to himself for
Right.
maybe for a long time, and that's it. He lost
Yeah,
it.
he just absolutely lost it, right?
Mhm.
I don't know what was said or done, and I'm
Mhm.
not even going to try to speculate. But I agree with you. Something was building up. Something was definitely building up, and he just lost it. He
Yeah.
absolutely lost it. And
By the way, this happened in Valle Hermoso, Negros Oriental.
mhm. This is near where Calvin lives, actually.
In Bacolod.
Where yeah, and but it says near but that's where she was from. But this happened near right.
Pinukuan.
Yeah, it's pretty close, pretty close. Anyway, so the bottom line is how to deal with conflict. I mean,
Very important.
there's yeah, so get to your talking points. Let's get through this. This is a short live stream. And remember, the phone lines are open though. Phone lines are open. And we'll put the article in the description so you guys can read it. You can find it on Facebook. You can find this article on Facebook, but we'll put it in there so you can read it after the show. Unfortunately, we didn't think to put the whole article in there, did we? Did you put the
link?
You can just say no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know what you're referring to.
The article that you're reading, the one that you were just reading. Right?
It's not with me.
Okay, that's okay.
I have the link. I can put it now.
I didn't.
If it,
I didn't think.
okay.
It's all good. So let's get to your talking points that you put together, and we get into this. But
Okay, so before we continue, let's shout out the people who joined us in today's live stream. Let's welcome Slick Rick, of course. Thank you so much, Slick Rick, for always
joining us. He's
with us. Yeah. So Michael Moy is here. Good morning, good evening, Michael. Anders is also here. Morris is in the house. DC, same thing with Big Al in the Philippines. We have OB1 joined us today.
Mhm.
We also have SkyTech. Hey, Peter. And Kevin Benson. KB, hello. Roy McLeod.
Mhm.
Roy McLeod. We also have Ra- Rajanet Treasure TV watching from Jamaica. Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. We have Miss Rhoda. Hello, Miss Rhoda. Good morning. And we have David Pryor. We also have who else am I missing? Sam. Sam is also here with us. Thank you for joining us, Sam. We also have Ray in the Philippines. What's up, Ray? DG also joining us tonight.
Okay.
And Chosen One.
Okay. We got a pretty big audience, so let's get through. We can shout people out as we're going. This is a short live stream, so let's get to it. Let's get to the chase, baby.
Yeah. So again, this isn't about blaming foreigners or blaming Filipinas. You know, arguments happen everywhere. When you're in a relationship, there will come a time that you'll be in an argument with someone, especially your partner. So what shocked people is that
You ever want to like just
oh no matter how no matter how angry you are with that person, I think
you'll never just want to get me.
no,
like,
because
as soon as he falls asleep.
no, I don't. I think that it's always, even if you're mad, it will always root into love. I think like that. So if whenever you don't have agreements or you have disagreements, so you meet halfway when you are calm, when I'm calm, and then we talk about it. So
Yeah, but in this case, dude comes home. They had the argument was in the bedroom. It was in the bedroom. He comes home. They break out an argument. So, like you said, something was festering. Something was building up. It was building up. This wasn't just this moment. It was something. It was definitely a build up. So, anyway, okay, go ahead.
So I think in the Philippines, conflict is handled very differently among Filipinos. Yeah.
So, uh-huh.
So I think it's very handled differently. So you need to come to an understanding how you and your partner, especially when you're in a cross-cultural relationship, to uh to agree on how you handle conflict.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
can we
Take it
agree
away.
that I'm not going to use any kind of weapon
I of
when
course.
when I'm upset with you, right?
Yeah.
Or that you're not going to use a weapon when you're upset with me?
Well, not just
We can't agree.
no, no, no.
We can't.
We can agree.
Okay. I
Okay.
was like,
Not just
I
that.
gotta sleep
We
with
don't.
one eye open.
Oh no, we don't put our hands on each other. That's it.
Bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
Bottom line.
We
Yeah.
don't put our hands into each other and on each other, and we don't.
I put my hands into you sometimes.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's
Sometimes.
different.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you don't cuss at your partners even if you're mad. That's it.
We try not to. We certainly try.
Yeah, but those are the things that you can talk about when you're calm, when you have a good disposition. So whenever you're in that situation, you know what you how you deal with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next point.
So you guys, let me ask you, everyone who joined us today, have you experienced or seen uh conflict in the Philippines? Those who came into the Philippines or those who are here in the Philippines, um, have you experienced or have you seen a conflict that shocked you because of how differently it was handled compared to the West? How do Western men handle conflict?
It depends on who the conflict's with.
Like for example, with a partner. So
Partner?
let's just use or talk about our experiences, how we handle it.
You want me to be really real? This is where I know I'm gonna get some pushback on this, and this is okay. I mean, we all have different ideas, and we've all been through different things. I think that's really important to understand. People have been through different things in their life. Um, every man's different. There's some men. A lot of men will say, "You never put your hands on a woman, no matter what." And I'm gonna be real. Here in the Philippines, I agree with that. As a foreigner, you're here in the Philippines. Do not put your hands on a woman, no matter what. At home, I can't say that. I can't. I'm being real. And again, I know I'm gonna get pushback. That's okay. But women act very, very masculine.
Okay.
At home, very masculine. Women will throw punches. Women will hit you, slap you, scratch. They will do stuff to you. And I'm just gonna say, if a woman puts her hands on me at home, it's a different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. Out here, it is a lose-lose proposition putting your hands on a woman. And I would say you should try to avoid putting your hands on a woman no matter where you are. However, having said that, at home, if a woman puts her hands on me, because there's nothing I can say, or there's nothing I can say to you that warrants you putting your hands on me, and vice versa. But when you have women who are so masculine and try to fight you like they're a dude, I mean, I'm punching you. I mean, no, it's very, very different. And again, I know I'm gonna get pushed back, and that's okay. But that's how I think. That's how I think.
So I think let me just put everybody up on game when it comes to culture here in the Philippines, because some of the people here in our audience have Filipina partners, and also those who are wanting to have Filipina partners. So number one, Filipinos value harmony.
Most. How about most?
Okay, thank you. So a lot of Filipinos value harmony in their relationship, and we all know, we keep saying in the videos that saving face is important here.
Right.
And also a lot of Filipinos, or most Filipinos, do indirect communication. So here in the Philippines, a lot of people would translate loud voices into aggression. So
Right.
if you're already shouting, or your tone is different, a lot of Filipinos would translate that, oh, you're angry, you're mad.
Right.
So something like that. And also public embarrassment here cuts deep, because that that comes with.
But wouldn't shouting at somebody, that would be public embarrassment,
Yes,
right?
that's public.
So
even if your tone is high.
right. So let me distinguish the difference between here in the Philippines. Let me ask you: would you see a woman slap her husband or hit her husband in public here in the Philippines?
I don't see that very often.
What do you mean? You've seen it?
I've seen once, like they're arguing on the street, but
Mhm.
you don't see like 1 out of 10 incidents. That's
Okay.
I've seen very seldom.
Okay. So my point is this: it's a different ballgame at home because
Okay.
you will see women shouting. I mean, you've watched videos. You'll see women shouting at men, calling them names, hitting them, being just. You'll see women doing a lot of stuff at home that you would probably never see here in the Philippines. I think, I respectfully, I think that was an exaggeration. 1 out of 10. I don't. I I've never seen a woman embarrass her man in public in the Philippines. Now, if it happens, likely he might have done some unscrupulous things and she found out and she got mad or something like that. But I've never seen it. Doesn't mean it's never happened, of course. But you just don't see the stuff that we get used to seeing at home. And so I don't think women are going to do the things. Women are going to haul off and sock their husband or boyfriend in the face or slap them in the face in public out here. Whereas at home, women, there's a sense for a lot of women, for some women, they have a sense of entitlement because they know we're not supposed to respond or we're not supposed to react to that. And so they kind of they feel like
They have
got
the leverage.
carte blanche. They have leverage, right? That they can do anything. And so it's very, very different.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I think adding to what you said, I think here in the Philippines, a lot of Filipinos do not embarrass their partners because they will feel embarrassed too. Once they
Right.
create a scene,
Right.
you make a scenario, people will look at you, and you don't want to get looked at here in the Philippines.
You don't want to get looked at?
No.
All right.
Especially when but you can't help it. People will stare at you.
For sure.
But they will stare with you even more
For sure.
if you create a situation.
Let's take this first call. I know I'm gonna get pushback today. That's all right. All right. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
My name is Jeff. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hey, can you turn your sound down in the background, please?
Thank you.
I just did.
There you go, brother. All right, thanks. Go ahead. What you got, man?
Well, I say you don't hit any female when you're in another country. You don't hit anybody.
I like that.
You have to present yourself. You can't hit anybody when you're in a foreign country.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been saying this in the last few live streams. You have to come here and act like you have some sense, right? Don't get into any altercation with anybody in a foreign country. It's a lose-lose proposition. That's a great point. Great point.
Exactly.
Right. That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah,
Way to start it off.
Yeah, I'll be in the Philippines later this year.
Okay.
I'm moving. I have a young lady in Dumaguete that I'm going to be with.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the Philippines, brother. Hopefully we'll catch up with you when you get here.
Yeah, I've already been there 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Last
Well, welcome back.
I was stranded there during the pandemic.
I hear you. Okay.
So I fell in love with it. So I will be there.
Right. I hear you. It's easy to fall in love over here. Easy to fall in love with the country and the people. I hear you.
Yeah, my ex-wife is a Filipina.
Okay. So you've done this before. This ain't your first rodeo.
I made the mistake by bringing her here.
Okay.
I should have brought her. I should have married her there and stayed there.
Or could you say you maybe should have vetted a lot harder, a lot stronger, a lot longer before you married her?
But we were together for 2 years, and then I brought her here.
Okay.
And then we were married for 8 years, and she divorced me for another woman.
Ooh, that must have been tough, bro. That must have been tough. Well, hey, I'm glad.
She's now married to an Algerian man, so I moved on.
Hey, bro, how old was this woman when you married her?
She was 19 when I met her.
There you go. That's what I was getting at.
And I-
Because this sounded like somebody right. It sounded like somebody who was still exploring. She's still in an exploring stage, and you don't know yourself when you're 19 years old. You don't know who you are, where you're going. So I got you. But I'm glad you found somebody else that you're with, and sounds like you're happy. And welcome back to the Philippines. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. We'll take this next call, man. Thank you, brother. All right, caller. Hold on, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Ray in the guy time.
What's up, Ray? What's happening, man? What you got on our topic?
What's happening? Well, you were saying you were going to get some pushback. Here it comes.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
So, all right. So, my belief is anywhere in the world, a man should not put his hands on a woman, and here's why.
Okay.
All right, especially like in a romantic type relationship, because like your goal as a man is to protect the woman, not protect yourself from the woman.
So, right.
If I'm in a relationship with a woman that is gonna, is so masculine, she's gonna put her hands on me. I already determined that's not the woman I should be with. I move on. I just walk away. Like, there's no reason for me to prove my masculinity to this woman and dominate her. She's not the woman for me. Next. Swipe left.
We both agree on that. So far, I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, any man that, like, the situation you're talking about with a woman that, hits you in public or, throws the water in your face.
Right.
Like, I don't need to retaliate. I just need to go somewhere else because I have the belief that, I can only control one person in my life, and that's myself.
Right.
And my goal is to be happy. If there's any situation, whether it's a woman, a job I don't like, whatever it is, I have the power to change my situation and find somewhere where I can be happy. I don't have to fight against a scenario that's making me unhappy in order to be happy. I can just leave that situation.
There is nothing you said that I disagree with, but all of that is in theory, is the only thing. That's in theory. I agree with everything you just said. But if you happen to be in a situation, likely that's not going to be that way here in the Philippines. But if you happen to be in a situation, especially at home, where your woman is very masculine, where she's very aggressive, and you're in that situation again, and she's hitting you or scratch, whatever the heck. What if you try to leave and she follows you? What if hold on? What if?
Because that is not her. That is your fault.
Yes,
that woman.
In theory, yes, I agree.
Like you need to know who you're with. Like I'm not gonna pick a woman that can kick my ass. Like
meaning,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna look at some woman, bodybuilder and say, yeah, I got
that's the one for me. Right? Yeah, that's the one for me.
So if whatever woman that I would choose, and probably you would choose too, like we would be able to physically dominate that woman.
Right.
The point is we don't have to. Like if she comes swinging, like I might grab her to keep from getting hit, but like I'm not gonna retaliate. Like she's gonna know. It's like, girl, I could take you out if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna leave. You need to sit your ass down and get on Tinder or whatever the hell you need to do to find another man because it ain't this one.
Right. Now, I don't disagree. Thanks for the call. And I'm going to tell you, I appreciate the call. Don't let it be the last time you call in. I love that, man.
Thank you, Ray.
All right. And I appreciate everything he said in theory, right? You shouldn't pick that type of woman. You should vet carefully. All that, I agree. But if you're in a relationship where you have that kind of woman, especially in the US where there are plenty of those kind of women, then now what are you going to do when you're trying to walk away and she's hitting you, chasing you, hitting you, socking you? No, that's okay. That's what you just did is okay. But what if she's hitting you? And I've seen it. I've seen it too many times where you're leaving and she's going after you and hitting you or socking you upside the head. No. We can't have that. Here in the Philippines, you can't be in that kind of relationship. You got to walk away. It's a lose-lose proposition. But at home, I'm just telling. I'm just saying. So it is what it is. All right, we'll take this next call. I knew I'd get some pushback. Hold on a second. And I appreciate that. I want to hear different opinions. All right. Caller, what you got? Who's calling and where are you calling from? My brother.
Morris, Bermuda.
What's up, man? What you got?
I'm going to say, I agree with you. We agree that I don't put my hands on a woman. I'm going to defend myself against a woman. I will voice my concerns. But if the first time, I'll defend myself and tell her, listen, don't do that. We had the discussion. If you come again, I have to defend myself. I'm not going to be a punching bag.
That's it.
You're not going to assault,
Right.
I'm going to have to defend myself. And I try my best to not to do any harm.
Right.
But if you're still coming at me aggressively, I'm going to have to defend myself. Right? And with the situation with the guy, just like you said, women, as same as men, you have to vet carefully.
You do.
It goes both ways.
Right.
Because you're both individuals from different cultures, different experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get involved with a woman like that. Don't get involved with a woman if she displays those kind of tendencies where she's aggressive, where she's gonna do stuff like that in public or anywhere, even at home. Get rid of that woman. She's gonna cause you problems. She's gonna cause you a lot of problems. Just don't be with a woman like that. I think that's the message. That's the message. When you see a woman she's showing you that she's toxic. She's showing you that she loves the chaos and the drama. You got to get away from that woman. But if you don't, in theory, maybe you didn't see it. But can we agree with this? And again, I hope everybody's listening. So, and if there's pushback, it is what it is. Can we agree that there are some women out there, they're going to test the boundaries. They're always going to push the boundaries and see how far they can push their man. Right. And it might be a something like that. Sorry about that, baby. I didn't mean it. But it might be, a slap on the shoulder, and then it escalates to a slap in the face. They're going to push the boundaries. That's what they do. So I don't know. I stand on what I said. Out here in the Philippines, don't put your hands on women at all. I don't care. You got to get away, walk away, run away if you have to. At home, I just can't say the same. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh,
blessings, bro.
Blessings.
I love my call. Blessings.
I know. Adding to what you said and to what Ray said earlier. So even if you vetted that woman long enough, and then you've been together for 2 or 3 years, and then you haven't had that argument where it's too caught. How do you say that? A very heated argument. You had an argument before, but it wasn't as heated as this one. So this is like the first time you're going to set some boundaries, and this is like the first time also that you encountered how she deal with this kind of conflict. So if she didn't respect your boundaries once you, just like what Mo said, the first time you said it, then probably if you hit you tell that person what are you going to do next if you do it again.
What you're saying is there has to be consequences.
Yeah.
If she doesn't respect your boundaries, there has to be consequences. And I agree with that. Are you, after 2 years though, are you just willing to walk away just because someone made a small, simple mistake or whatever, or they're pushing you a little bit? I think maybe you give them a second chance, but you have to reset the boundaries and say, okay, that one was free. The next one, our relationship is over, right?
Because that was the first time you dealt with it. So it's a learning experience.
Right, for both of you. For both of you. Yeah, I'll take any calls, and look. I'm a learning man. I don't feel like I'm right, like I'm always right. I'm willing to listen to anybody. If you have a different take on it, give me a different take. Give me a different take. I just think our women at home are very different than the women out here. The women out here aren't going to do certain things to you in public or even in private. They're just not going to do those things to you.
Okay, so a lot of foreign guys would, oh, she's doing the tampo. But sometimes doing tampo, let me continue that.
Okay, continue. Let's take this call. Don't forget your thoughts, okay?
Okay.
All right. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Raymond.
Where are you calling from, Raymond?
I've been with the Philippines.
Okay.
Manila.
Got you. Okay, go ahead.
But you guys know I've been with Peach for a while. We've never had that kind of thing where you just explode because it's understood. Hey, we've had issues, right? But hey, she just had to get up and out of here. If I'm on her, if it's like that, one of us got to walk away for a minute. And if she got to go to her mom's house for a minute, dad, whatever, because this is my place. I ain't leaving my place.
Right.
That's just me.
What if you don't leave?
So,
What if you're not willing to leave? Then what? If she said, no, I ain't leaving.
It's called I call the security guards. I have a remote.
Okay.
So, but we've never had no issues like that. If I wouldn't put my hands on her because she's not the kind of person that's gonna do that kind of violence.
Right.
But if a woman's trying to physically harm me, kill me, okay, all bets are off. Because men are physically stronger than women. If a woman's trying to attack me or kill me or injure me in some kind, okay, all bets are off. Because in the Philippines, I heard a Philippine lawyer say this. Even as a foreigner, you're allowed to use just enough force as necessary to stop the aggression. You're not allowed to chase them. You're not allowed to chase them or nothing. But you're allowed to stand your ground and just use just enough force to stop the threat. So that's what I believe. But she passed away. What I just learned now is the woman passed away. According to her family just put out a statement.
Okay.
He needs to be buried. He needs to be buried under the jail. I'm sorry. He better be glad you're in one of these countries that in the Asia that still has the firing squad.
Right.
So, because I would vote for that one. Yeah. Okay, take care.
All right, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Again, 63 times. 63 times. He was angry. And like you made a good point. That was developing. That wasn't just an isolated moment. That was a buildup. So something was going on that was not cool in their relationship already. And he came home and something, he got triggered. And there's no way I could excuse that. No way possible I could excuse that, no matter what she said or what she's been doing. If he's not putting hands if she's not putting hands on him, and he didn't feel like he had to defend himself, there's absolutely no excuse. And even there is just no excuse for that. There's just no. You got to be able to walk away from that out here in the Philippines. You have to be able to walk away. Period.
Earlier today, before we started the live stream, the article said that the woman is recuperating in the hospital.
Right.
But Raymond said something.
Well,
we'll have to verify
we'll have to verify that. Yeah, I hope he's right. We'll have to verify it. The first article we read said that she had passed away, and then
this just
we read another article that said that she was recuperating, and so now we get further information that she might have actually passed away from her wounds. So we'll verify that. I don't know that that's true or false. We can assume, but yeah, but
we'll have to verify.
Yeah. We'll take another call.
Yep.
Caller, where you calling from? What's your name?
Yeah, Black Box from Pennsylvania.
What's happening, Black Box?
What's going on, brother? We'll talk about what we talked about last night another time.
Okay.
I want to say that a lot of women in the West feel entitled.
I agree.
Right? They walk around with the clutches. Or and they say, this is why someone will last out. at the things they can get away with for law enforcement.
Hmm.
You can't. Okay, so they have this thing where they think they hit you. But some it was like one of my ex girlfriends. I used her to example. What you see, what you choose to ignore will come back and bite you later on.
Right.
My ex, I won't name her, H. She used to lash out at people at the store or somebody at the restaurant. And I was like, well, why are you so, there's something and you lashing out. Like, I need
Right.
this and that. And I should have cut it off then.
Right.
Because that energy came at me.
Right. Exactly. It's going to.
Right. So, so there are triggers that people don't see. Not me, because of my background. There'd be no excuse. They're gonna be, oh, hell no, you. So I would look at her and say, she'd jump all in my face and like, what you gonna do? You gonna do? And I look at her and I go, oh. And I'll just roll around and get around her and walk out the door. She tried to stop me. I could physically pick her up, put her to the side, and say, no, you don't.
Right.
And then I'll walk away because I have in the house and all that other stuff. So she has a kind of like a barrier where a line she won't cross, but I wouldn't put it past it to her, like, because I know a guy who girl pull a knife out. The women are out there, some bad crazy. So you have to judge accordingly. But I would tell dudes, get out fast. Don't allow it to get to the point where you have to.
Exactly.
Like the dude said, defend themselves to the point where you have to. I could put her in a Gracie hole, put her on arm bar or something like that. But even that would be today's laws in the United States. Why even try to hold her down and put her in a lock? Somebody, oh, you should do that to a woman with blah, 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 blah. I ain't heard them, just making sure she don't hit me. So it's really funny. And as far as this dude in the Philippines is concerned, I was asking where he had suffered from PTSD. Was he a combat vet?
Don't know.
But
Don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. And some people get some of that madness from not even serving in any combat role.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Off kilter. So all I can say, guys, is look, especially in different countries, vet and matter of fact, don't move her in. If you see the inklets thing, then maybe don't move her in. I have my own place.
Absolutely. We appreciate your call. We have to move on, but I that's the whole thing. Don't move her. He said something. People who get loud on the servants or the waiters or where they go places. Those are all signs. If she does that to them, it's only a matter of time before she does it to you because that's who she is. So you're not going to be excluded from that. But that's how I think Ray was saying earlier. Don't choose a woman like that. But he did. Right? So yeah, you just don't choose a woman like that. But in theory, if you do, now what are you going to do? Right? Okay, hold on a second. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
It's Morris again.
What you got, man?
Just want to extend my prayers for the family, if that's so. Even in this whole situation, for this family,
I
just
agree.
want to extend prayers because I know it's very, very traumatic for this family. So I just like to extend prayers.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And it really is a tragedy that something like this happens. And of course, if the guy actually is an American, which we'll find out. It could be, but it is a tragedy that because you put yourself in this situation, right? You chose wrong. You chose wrong. And again, like you said, if this was in fact a buildup, because 63 times, that means you are angry. You are seriously angry. But look, you chose wrong, right? You chose wrong. You had a lot of opportunities to walk away before it even escalated to get to this point. You just chose wrong. And now you put yourself in a situation where you're likely going to be in prison for, a long time.
And I think also the same goes with a Filipina. So if you want to really see if how you vet that man also is how we also deal with people outside of your relationship or outside the house, for example, how we deal with waiters, waitresses. So
Those are all signs.
yeah, those are all signs. So it goes both ways. And also, as I was talking before the call earlier, so a lot of Western men think that tampo is just like an emotional thing. A lot of women here in the Philippines, we see it as, you know, being silent, especially in the midst of an argument, is maturity. I think because, you know, you argue in public and you think that the woman is doing tampo, I'm just keeping silent because, you know, I don't want to lash
That's a good
out
point.
on you, and I don't, that's self-control. I don't want to humiliate you. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm just, because I might say something that, you know, might escalate the
That's
situation.
an excellent point.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. And you know, high five on that. High five on that. You know how I feel about the whole tampo thing, right? You know, I'm just not down for it all. But sometimes, you know, it might be the most mature thing to do. You know, is just sit down and shut the hell up until things blow over, until both of you guys have calmed down and you can talk about things rationally. That's an excellent point, right? It's not always a sign of immaturity. It's sometimes it's actually a sign of being more mature. That's
So because early on, as you grow older or as we grow up, we're taught not to embarrass someone, especially in public. So you have to do it discreetly. So when correcting someone, you don't correct them in front of other students. You pull the student to the side and talk to them because they will lose face.
Right.
Because a lot of people here don't take criticisms positively, no matter how you frame it, or how, I struggled with that before. I even now I like,
you're better. You're better. You're way better about it than you were in the beginning. But the first 2 years, man, I mean, it was like it was almost like you took it almost like I hit you or something, or like I put hands on you.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of my point is that a lot of foreigners sometimes think that silence means that I'm agreeing with you. No, we're just keeping it quiet because I don't want to escalate the situation, or I don't want us to argue in public.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate that. Let's read some of the comments. Let's get into some of the comments. You want to read some of the comments?
Wait lang.
Right. I know we're a little bit behind, right? Obi-Wan, we'll start with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan said he had a short fuse. He looks 5 foot tall. Look, yeah, this man might have had Napoleon's complex, right? Because in the lineup thing, he's short. This cat, it looks like he's just
Above.
yeah, he's just above 5 foot. So this cat is not even 5'4", so he could have very well had a short fuse. Good point. Good point, right? Obi-Wan said, I heard he was an American retired from the Marines. Yeah. Okay. Right. So maybe, maybe he was American, right? Let's see. Sam McCall said someone didn't get the dress message. Didn't get the dress message. Haha, you two.
We're not twinning today. That's what's
I got you. Oh, we're not 20. I got you right. Nah, I can't wear no get up like that, man. All right. Okay. Let's see. Obi-Wan said sounds like he never went to therapy because he just straight lost it, right? DC said 63 times is beyond extreme. That is the mark of a very angry man, a very angry individual, right? Ray in the Philippines said, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Ray. What's happening, man? I think that was Ray that called in, right? Let's see. Yeah, and DC said, I doubt that he'll survive his time being locked down. Yeah, man.
Especially, you know, I heard that in the prison or in jail, when people know what the reason why you got in jail,
they are not. You are a marked man, right? Big Al said, "Oh my God, this is horrible." It is horrible, Big Al. It is. It's really a travesty that things could come to this. But this really is the importance of vetting the right person. If this person is toxic, if they're chaotic, they love the drama. There are people like that, men and women. Get that person out of your life. Get them out of your. They're going to cause you problems. They're absolutely going to cause you problems, right? Andrew said, "Seeing red comes to mind when you do that many times." Yeah, you you blank out. You just you blank out. You just see red, and people are just so angry. Yeah, man. I just it really is sad. Smiley said his name is John Williams Hall, ex-military veteran. Thank you guys for correcting me. I didn't think I really, I doubted that he was American, but it turns out he is in fact American. And you know what? Maybe I confused the name because that is a very American name.
Yeah.
With another name. I think I was confusing articles that I read. So my bad on that. But yeah, very American name, and as it turns out, he is. And it's sad. It's sad because we lose somebody, and it's sad because we lost somebody because somebody didn't vet carefully. Right? Again, if there's a buildup, this is stuff that had been going on. Something had been going on for a long time, and he lost
And
it.
you know what? What's really sad for me to for this when I heard the message, the news for the children,
The 3 kids. Yeah, exactly. Now,
they'll be in jail.
Mhm.
And then if
where did the kids go?
yeah, and especially the mom is in the hospital, or if we verify the news that she just passed away, you know what happens to
Yeah,
the
where do the
children?
kids go? Who takes care of the kids now?
I know, right? So it's very, and I feel for the children, because there are a lot of consequences that will come up with your actions if you didn't think about
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. Obi-Wan said even if she cheated or hit him, he should have just left. Maybe he was off his meds. No excuses for that. I don't have an excuse for that. Now, here in the Philippines, I'm saying I'll stand on it. You cannot get into an altercation with anyone, man or women, as a foreigner. It is not going to go well. It's never going to end well for you if you get into an altercation with somebody here. Yeah, it's not a good idea. Not a good idea.
One point that I remember,
Mhm.
especially when a lot of people, especially the older ones, the
Mhm.
elders here in the Philippines,
Mhm.
when they see someone arguing in public and then it's heated up, they're the ones who's going to intervene. Hey, stop that.
Right.
I saw that a lot of times already, because we respect elders here.
Right.
So when
Right.
elders try to intervene, they're
Mhm.
trying to help you out also.
Right.
So thank you so much, Christopher Michael, for your super chat.
Thanks for the super chat, man. We appreciate you.
Mhm.
Okay, and you
Nice topic.
Yeah, you read the super chat. Yeah,
Sorry,
nice.
nice topic, y'all.
We appreciate you, Christopher Michael.
I didn't get
I got it. That's right. I'm on top of
it.
things.
Thank you.
I'm working today, right? And so let's read Bud. Go ahead and read Bud's comment.
Okay. Bud Phillips said, "Good morning, y'all. I encountered a couple that the foreigner husband was cussing his Filipina wife. Disrespect a Filipina in my presence makes me forget I'm a Christian. My Inday had to pull me back."
Right. Yeah, I don't understand. You can't come to this country thinking you can do the same things that you could do at home. Right? If you cussing at your wife at home, it's still not it's a bad look in general. But probably people, oh, they're a married couple, they fight and they arguing. You can't do that here, people. If you guys, there's 72 people on right now, please listen to me. I don't care what she did or said here in the Philippines. You cannot cuss her out. You can't put you can't do that. Walk the F away. Walk away. You have to walk away. It is in your best interest to get away from that woman, delete her from your lives. Just get
Block her.
when I say delete her, I mean
Remove her in your phone.
in your phone. Yeah, in your phone, right? In your phone or whatever. Yeah, just get away.
Social
Yeah,
media.
get her out of your life and walk away. Start fresh. That's it. Nothing good is going to happen from having arguments out here, right?
Agree.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Colorado Avs said, go ahead. You want to read that?
Maybe he had PTSD since he's a military veteran.
It could be. It could be. But I mean,
He's his 40s.
yeah,
he
he's
went straight out.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, or a lot of people are saying that. And you have to kind of give a little bit of latitude for our vets that have gone through a lot of stuff. But you got to keep your head. You got to keep your head. And in situations, don't put yourself in a situation where you can get into that kind of situation. Even more so, if you're struggling upstairs, then you have to you got to have the right people around you that are not going to cause a bunch of drama and toxic situations, yeah, even more, all the more reason why you really have to, make sure you have the right people around you, right? IQ Micro said, "What's up from Toronto? What's up, IQ Micro? What's happening, man?" All right, Obi-Wan said,
Most of us veterans have something after being in the military, but we don't do that. He should pay for what he did.
I have to agree. I have to agree. He's going to. I mean, believe that. I mean, he's definitely going to pay for what he did. You know, what blows my mind is all of these situations we have online out here in the Philippines. All this drama and stuff from foreigners. You would think that people would be on their best behavior, right? And I understand now the PTSD thing that throws a whole different, line of thought into it. So you never know what's going on in his mind, but you would think people would really, really tread lightly and be really careful what they're doing here, because we're under a microscope right now. But
especially with a lot of things that some foreigners do. You're on the, what do you call that,
hot seat.
Hot seat.
Under
Yeah.
a microscope.
Yeah.
Hot seat.
Thank you. I tried to wink, but it's a blink.
Yeah. All right. David Quall said, "What's up from Augusta, Georgia?" David, what's happening, man? I'll be out in your area in just a few weeks, actually. In just a few weeks, I'll be out there in Georgia, visiting some family. So, what's up? What's happening? Thanks for joining us, brother. Let's see what else we got. We'll see if we can catch up in the comments, and while you're getting your next point ready. Big Al said, "I'm 71 and never hit a woman in my life. I leave the relationship before it gets that far." Right. And that's the whole point. Get out of, if you know she's just causing problems, or she's just not, just get away from her. Get away from her. And I know it would suck, because it's easy for us to say. It's easy for us to sit here and say, "Oh, you got to walk away." But when you're emotionally invested in that relationship,
it's hard to walk
away. And who knows, he might, the kids, you don't want to leave the kids.
There are other factors to
exactly.
consider.
There's a lot of factors to consider. It's easy for us to sit here and say walk away, but we don't have an emotional investment. And so I just think I'm gonna keep going back to it ad nauseum. That's why you have to vet. If you're in a relationship with people who are toxic, who cause problems, who are always causing issues that are not issues, you got to get away from that person before you get emotionally invested with that person. The moment you realize she's like that, maybe the first one you let it pass. But the second time, nah, son, there is no JJ. There is no JJ that's that good that you can't walk away.
Honey, I think that sometimes people say that, oh, it's all rainbows and unicorns in the first few months of your relationship, but you really want to have like that kind of conflict in the beginning, because
see how she deals with
it.
Right.
Just to see how she handles
conflict. And vice versa. And vice versa. There's a few Filipinas here, but you have to see how he deals with conflict, right? Can he deal with conflict? Maybe he might have PTSD and he doesn't deal with conflict very well. Maybe he's got anger issues, right? He just goes off all the time, right? And maybe you got to walk away from him, right? So it's both ways.
So I think it's you don't, of course we want like a peaceful and happy relationship, but you also want to see that hard part for you to be able to vet that person properly, especially if you're looking at that person as a long-term partner.
Absolutely. And Ray said, "You can only control the actions of one person, and that is yourself." Ray, I agree with you, brother. I absolutely agree with you. What's happening, Juggy? Juggy's in the house. Frank Ellis is in the house. What's happening, Frank?
Hello, Frank.
Frank said he's going to jail for a long time. Frank, this is past jail, bro. This is prison. This is going to be prison. Yeah. But I agree with you. Let's just say he's going to be incarcerated for a very long time. Yeah. You can't be coming to another country and doing stuff like this and think that it's just going to be a short-term thing. It is going to be a long stay. If you survive. Because like you said, the moment they find out why he's there, I'm just telling you, people are gonna have a tough time. Yeah, other cats in there they're not just gonna be okay with that, right? Okay.
Cheng, do slippers count? And my Tagalog is remedial, so I assume she's cussed me. So I think slippers. When you mean slippers, do you mean like hitting you with slippers? I think, in my personal opinion, hitting you with anything.
Yeah, don't.
You should not be
You
putting
don't
your
know what
hand.
people have been through. You don't know what people have been through. So when you put your hands on people, when you even threaten to put your hands on people, it could ignite some. You don't know. You just can't put your hands on people. You don't know what people have been through.
And
Yeah.
also,
Oh,
just
sorry.
sorry. I think also as Western guys, it's also good to know. Uh, one of the Tagalog words that you should need to know is the cuss words, so that you know if she's cussing you already, even if you don't understand the language.
Mhm.
If you heard those words, you know that
Right.
because
Good point.
yes, because you don't.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. So I think that if you know those Tagalog words,
Yeah.
because she's saying that, oh, you need to respect me. I'm not cussing you, but you don't understand if she's
Right.
cussing you.
Right.
So you need to understand also what are the curse words in Tagalog. So she's claiming that she's respectful, but she's cussing you in Tagalog. Yeah.
Right. Good. Right. Oh, that's really a good point, right?
Mm.
DC said, I never really seen a big conflict between men and women in Southeast Asia. I haven't. I've seen some conflicts in China, and I saw one conflict here. Here, we'll take this call real quick, and I'll get back to that. Hold on just a second. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from? Turn your-
Hey, sorry, man. It's me. It's Ken, man. How are you?
What's up?
Ken?
What's up, Ken?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm listening to you guys, man. When we spoke the other day about this young boy, I did. I turned mine down. I always do. I mute it before I even start talking to you.
Okay,
When
what's
you
your
pick up,
take?
I mute. Okay. Like I told Rich the other day, you gotta keep your hands to yourself. You never know the animal before you. Why try to rile the animal up?
Right.
My dad always said, you hit a woman, I break both your arms. It's easier to walk away. Takes more energy,
Much easier.
more strength to walk away than it is to sit there and dispute and end up in jail for the rest of your life saying, if only I would have. When you could have, you didn't. So why you want people to sympathize with you now? That's not the first time he's been locked up. He got locked up in Thailand 6, 8 months ago for the same thing. This kid don't learn. He doesn't. He's been out there 3 times. First time he got beat up. Second time he was trying to impregnate a bunch of women in East Asia and leave children out there like an ignorant child. He got beat up for that one. Now, he hasn't learned. He's never going to learn. This is the guy you got to put away. There is no way to revert to put him back to where he could have been as a child and learn properly
Right.
how to conduct himself like a man, not like a child, like a man. You're going to another country where you're a visitor. Conduct yourself as such with respect for the women there and the people. Don't go in there like an animal.
Right. Now, that's a good point. That's an excellent point. Thank you. Appreciate you, Kenny. Appreciate you for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
No
Thank you,
worries.
brother. Love you, man.
God bless you both. Love y'all. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bet.
Blessings.
Bet.
I
Right.
see.
Now, I need to distinguish real quick because
Yeah,
he's talking
because
about two different
the
people.
other
right? Yeah.
live stream.
So Kenny was talking about the live stream we had the other day, and this is not the same guy. He's not. So he's talking about a different guy. So I just need to, because that might have been confusing to some callers. What you got, Mo?
I just got a question for Chang regarding the law. If the lady passed, is there a capital punishment for that type of offense?
I'm not really sure about that, but I'll look into it, Morris.
I don't think Morris. To my knowledge, and I'll stand on this. I don't think there's capital punishment here. I'm almost positive. I'm 99.9% positive that there is no capital punishment here.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go to prison for a long time, but to my knowledge, there is not capital punishment here, right? Yeah.
Probably do at least 40 years.
Yeah.
Like,
He's gonna die in prison. This guy.
Mostly it's
Yeah.
life sentence or
Yeah.
here reclusion perpetua.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So he might just. I should rephrase that. He might just die in prison.
Right.
Right.
All right.
So fair enough. All right. Thanks, man.
Mo.
Appreciate you. All right. Yeah. Good question. Good question. I thought about that too, but yeah, the in the bottom line, you don't get with a woman who's gonna get you that riled up. If she gets you that riled up, you should get away from her. Yeah. I was thinking, man, there was some.
I was
Go ahead.
evaluating myself if
All
I
right.
riled you up.
What do you think? Which
I think so. I think it's out of I frustrated you a lot of times already because but we're trying to meet in between.
yeah, but
Meet
you never put hands on me. You never put hands on me where I felt like I was gonna
yeah.
do something like this to
Yeah,
you.
and also I
Yeah.
try my best, honey, to be very respectful and keep my
No, you're always
right?
respectful. It's not like you calling me names or something like that, or you've never
And that
done
I
anything
check
like
my
that.
tone every time.
Yeah, and your tone is usually respectful. But I mean, there was times when you you frustrated me.
Yeah.
But frustration is not the same thing, right? And frustration over lack of communication or whatever is not the same thing as a situation like this. I never thought like, I'm so angry. I'm a deuce. Yeah, I'm a
5 o'clock.
yeah, something like that. That never crossed my mind. So it just yeah, it's different. It's different. You used to frustrate the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie, but not to that kind of point. Not to the point where I feel like I'm gonna come home and do some crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
And I think to a lot of Filipinas, I'm just speaking for my personal opinion in my personal opinion, no. So I think there are some people, it depends on the person how they deal with, how they want to resolve the issue. Like if your partner says don't touch me, don't touch your partner. So but it conflicts, like for example, I want to touch you
Right.
because I want to resolve conflict, but you don't want to be touched when we're resolving conflict. So
Yeah.
so it's I have to like wrap my mind around that concept that I have to keep a safe distance when we're talking.
Yeah.
And respect your
And
boundaries.
I understand. I understand too. For myself, I just want to get away. I want to get away. I want to, like you said, I don't want to do the tampo thing, but I understand that there's a time to calm down and calm down, let things clear, and then you can deal with stuff. I don't want to be touched. I don't no hugs. No, I don't. That's just me though. I don't want hugs or nothing like that. Just I mean, let's be real between us. There's a few times when I've said, you know what, you need to leave. You need to
But
leave,
I
and
was
you need to leave right
yeah.
now. And that's what it means. I need you to leave. You've done something to where I just need you to leave, or I'm so frustrated that I just need you to leave. And keeping in mind we don't live together, people. So I'm not asking her to leave our house, right? So you get out of the house you pay rent in or whatever. But I mean, luckily that hasn't happened recently, or in the near in the recently or anything like that. But there still isn't. Yeah, I've never felt that strongly. I've never felt that strongly. I'll just say that. Yeah, the same thoughts have never crept into my mind or come into my mind where I feel like I wanted to do something like that at all. Right? Okay. Um, DC said women in the U.S. do stuff on you often to get you arrested. They do. They do. They will and then they're sorry, I didn't. Yeah, man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I've just seen too many things, right? Obi-Wan said, when women act like that with me, I stay calm and leave, then I never speak to them again. That's what you're supposed to do. The moment you get in that situation, again, I don't know. It depends on how long I've been in the relationship. I might give you one free pass, but there won't be a second one. There won't be a second one, and you got to go. You got to get out of my life. When you get me that riled up to where I'm that upset, that angry, then something's really wrong. Something's wrong with the relationship, and I need to get away from you. Right? Okay. Let's see. Let's be honest. Foreigners are treated different. Okay, fair enough. Ron Lawson's in the house. He said, "What's up, Richie and Ching?" Paul K is in the house. Go ahead.
Hello, Paul. In Dumaguete a couple years ago, we had two expats get in a fight that made news, etc. But I have seen many fights amongst Filipino, but it's usually young guys who have been drinking.
Right, and which is
Alcohol.
another reason that we stay away from the bars. I don't want no smoke. Yeah,
conflict.
I don't want no smoke at all. I just want to live my happy life, man. And being around a whole bunch of drunk people and drinking. Thank you. Pulling my shorts down. Yeah, yeah. My booty crack. Anyway, but yeah, it just no. I don't want the smoke. I'm here to have a good time to enjoy my life. I don't want any kind of smoke. period, right? Raymond said, okay, she said she she passed away.
So we'll
Some
have to
released a
verify
statement.
that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. NDC said in the US, women embarrass their men on the regular in public. DC, I'm gonna add to that, in public or at home, and in front of people. It's a whole different ball game. And again, I say just because if she embarrassed you, just get away from her. Get away from her. She's telling you that I'm not a quality woman. Get away from her. Get that woman out of your life and keep it pushing. But you can't put hands on her. But I'm just saying, at home, if a woman's putting hands on me or pulling out different things to no, North Carolina, no, brother, things might have to happen. But out here, it is a lose situation. Get away from that woman. Okay. Let's see, TNT. We're just gonna call you TNT. Said all I can say, all the men out there being from America, all the men better check and make sure that there's no hot grease on the stove before they go to bed tonight, right? Exactly. Hot grease, she might throw some hot grease on them, right? Exactly. Man, get involved with the right kind of woman. Get involved with the right kind of woman. Bets.
I think that's the bottom line.
It is. To me, that is like the moral of this story. The moral, yeah. Because it was brewing. It was brewing, right? So he got involved with a woman that probably it wasn't a good fit. The relationship wasn't good. And maybe he just didn't have, maybe he didn't have the faculties to judge that for himself. I don't know. He was 40 years old though. Ray in the Philippines said, if a woman is so masculine that she would throw hands, I'm still walking away from the fight. Not the right woman for me. Exactly, right? But Ray, we know. I mean, if there's a man in this audience that could possibly say women aren't that masculine in America, please call in. I don't think we'll get calls. I just don't think we'll get calls on that. Bruce M2 said, my ex in the US smacked me in public plenty of times. It was embarrassing. Bruce, I might have, bruh. And again, are we talking about an ex-wife? Are we talking about an ex-girlfriend? If it's an ex-wife, the commitment level is a little different. So you might have, we have to sit down and talk about that. But if it's an ex-girlfriend, bruh, I might have to go to jail. I'm just saying. At home. Here, I run away. Here. At home, you might have get the bail money. I'm just saying. Let's see. Victor Leon, what is in the house? What's happening, Victor? Thanks for joining us and thanks for commenting. Don't let it be the last time you comment, brother. Let's see. DC said this incident only happened 30 minutes from Calvin. I know. It's right. It happened right very close to San Carlos City. So, any small town, big city, it can happen, right? Okay. Let's see. What we got? Frank Ellis said, I heard the woman survived. Is this true? We're getting conflicting reports, so we're not sure. We're not sure. The latest report we got is that she did not survive. That's the latest report we got. Okay. Let's see. Du said, being married in the US once the Philippines is a little bit different. There's a process you have to go through. We had to go to Cebu and do a few other things. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Right on. All right. Miss Rhoda.
Rhoda.
You want to read Miss Rhoda's comment?
Yes, of course. We might have different points of view, but we still not embarrass each other in front of other people. When we get home, then we will talk about it.
Right.
That's how it should
but
be.
Not in public, right? Not in public. None of that needs to go down in public. And mind you, this did happen at their home, right? This happened at their home. But none of that needs to go down. If you vet somebody careful enough, there will be some signs that, that this person might, be toxic or that you might need to get away from this person, whatever. I'm just saying he put himself in a horrible situation by maybe not vetting carefully. And I don't know. I just think it's a travesty overall because this man's going to go to prison. We got 3 kids that don't have a mom now, that possibly don't have a mom, and it really is a travesty. You should be out here living your best life, not be out. Yeah. All right. Luca is in the house. Hey, Luca. And Luca, you want to just really quick update?
Yeah, so we're talking about, I think some of the people already answered the comment.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so all right, so Larry Johnson said this is a terrible incident. Being a profile analyst, my assessment: this is not the first time he's done something like this. This is screaming psychopath. Sad to say, but true. Okay, fair enough, Larry. I mean, I might not have the professional expertise you have in that area, but I would say this: something triggered that man. Something really triggered that man, and he lost it. Right? Okay. But God is in the house. What's happening, man? Let us know. Hey, you guys, if you're new in the comments, let us know where you're commenting from. Let us know where you're watching from, if you will, please. Right? You want to read that comment? Okay. But God said women get deleted and hurt by spouses, bush women, and real men. All the time in the U.S. It's not even news anymore, but it's big news in the Philippines, which means it's a rare occurrence. Yeah, fair enough. Especially when it's a foreigner doing it here to one of the local women. And I just think it's a black eye for us. And I mean a black eye, like it's not a good thing for us overall, right? Okay. Uh Big Al said, sorry, caller. My wife, I'm gonna say socked me a few times. You guys, I'm trying to stay within YouTube's boundaries and and all that stuff. My wife socked me a few times, and I never socked her back. Hey, more power to you. And again, this is you make a good point, Big Al, because you said my wife. And I think that level of commitment is so much higher than just having a girlfriend or something like that. It's your wife. And I don't know, Big Al, I'm just saying, how many times did you take that? Clearly, the relationship ended. So you took it X amount of times and said, you know what, I've had enough or whatever. But when it's a girlfriend, nah, bro. But they were married. This couple was married, right? This couple was married for sure. That much I know. So yeah, different situations and different people are gonna react different ways. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, and Du said, I know what you mean. My woman is a little impatient, right? A little impatient is one thing, but so impatient to where, yeah, man, yeah. Frank Ella said she obviously thought he was a simp. Well, I don't know if he was or wasn't, but we'll find out because he's going to spend some time in the hoosecow for sure, right? So we'll find out if he really is a simp. They'll find out. Okay. Let's see. Definitely tragic. Isaac is in the house. What's happening, Isaac?
Hello,
Appreciate you dropping in always. Ray in the Philippines said, I believe that if a man hits a woman that is repeatedly aggressive with him and he's had enough, that's his fault. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Right? She told you, she showed you who she was. She's done it many a time. The first one's free. That's a lesson. The next time, if it happens more than once again, that's your fault, bro, because you let it happen. You put yourself in a situation where you let that happen, right? I absolutely agree, right? That's his fault. You leave way before you get to the point of losing your cool as a man. Absolutely, right? Okay. DC said, if I get into a situation, I would just wrap her up, but everybody's different, right? But what do you do after you wrap her up? What do you do after this cools down? This is going to happen again because she's showing you who she is, or vice versa. If it's a him, he's showing you who he is. You got to get out of that situation. You have to get out of that situation, in my opinion.
And also, maybe if you because we are discounting the fact that you have emotional attachment. So if that happened, then you talk to her that this is what we should do. If you don't do it, then deuces.
Right. Right. But I mean, some people just can't control themselves. They just haven't learned self-control in situations like that where they can just walk away. Right. Frank Ellis said, yeah, he's going away for a long time. And DC said, I don't think he's going to survive in the hoosecow. He may not, bro. They're going to be tough on him. They're going to be very, very tough on him. Right. Big Love is in the house. What's up, Big Love? You want to read that?
No one should excuse what this man did to his wife. Tragedy is tragedy, and this is a tragedy for all concerned.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse for this at all, big love. I absolutely agree with you. The man lost his cool, and even if let's just say he had PTSD, if you know that you're suffering from that, don't put yourself around people that are going to trigger you. Right? You got to be careful who you're even around. Right? Okay. Paul K said, I had a cousin whose girlfriend was abusive, and it always escalated over time, as it starts with different things, and then I'll you guys, I can't read this out loud because of some of the words YouTube won't let me use. Um, did something to him in the neck, and sadly, when he was getting stitches, they found out he had cancer. How about that? Well, a blessing in disguise, so to speak, right? I mean, hopefully they dealt with the cancer sooner than later, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I hope he got away from that woman, though, right? Let's see. Alex Jacob said, "Big bro was long-winded." Right? Is that me?
Maybe talking to.
Oh, gotcha. The caller. Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate it. Alex, appreciate having you on.
Thank
Always.
you.
Yeah, for sure. Right. But yeah, some of the calls we do try to cut the calls down, and sometimes we just want to keep the show quality up, right? Frank Ellis says, reminds me of movie Looking for Mr. Goodbar. The ending, great analogy. It does kind of, right? Tito Walker de Francisco says, yes, he has PTSD, right? Okay. All right. But God said some people come from parents who were violent towards each other, and they do the same thing in their relationships. Absolutely. And that's why I say you don't know what people have been through. You don't know what people have been through. There's a lot of people who come from abusive relationships, their parents abuse them, and they can't take they just don't have the mental faculties to deal with stuff like that. And
when you have children, you don't show that you're arguing in front of your children, because your children will mimic that and will take a look at it as, this is like my standard. It's okay when I do this in a relationship, which is not okay. So as parents, it is your responsibility to go to a place where your children cannot see you arguing.
Right. And Tito said he might have been off his meds. If he does have PTSD, he might have been off his meds. But you know what? My thing, Tito, is, bruh, if you know you're suffering from PTSD, you cannot put yourself in a situation like this, and you can't put yourself around people like that are gonna trigger you, bruh. And this is not a first episode. This is not a first time thing. 63 times means this was a buildup, right? He was angry. He was very, very angry. So yeah. Anyway, you read that.
So before I read that, I think that when you have you know that you have PTSD, can you assess yourself that you are in a safe situation where you could be in a relationship? I think you need to heal yourself first before you go into a relationship. Yeah, but what do you think?
But with PTSD, there's triggers, and that's the whole point, that there's certain things that will trigger you. And so that's why I say, if you know that you have PTSD, you got to get away from people or things that will trigger you. And that's my point. That's my point in saying that, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let me make
So,
interrupt the phone.
David said some women will take advantage of laws and customs in the States, and they will lose the lady privilege once it's a personal safety situation.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I hope I would never need to put my hand. I hope I never put my hands on a woman. I just feel like, but in the U.S., bro, it's a different. The women are not the same as here. They're not the same, and women will do some things like literally aggressive, pulling things out and assaulting you with certain things or whatever. Yeah, I just again, hopefully you won't be in the situation. You choose different, but it could be a strange one. I mean, it could be a strange. Women are just different, man. They're just different at home now. But God said, we don't have enough info on the history of the couple to judge them fairly, right? Did they know each other long, or they just met? No, they were married, but God, this is a married couple. We don't know how long they were married, but this is a married couple, bro.
But
Yeah.
fair enough, we don't have enough information.
Yeah, we even have misinformation right now, whether she passed away or she's still hopefully knock on hopefully she's still recuperating. That would be the best case scenario. But fair enough, right? Go ahead.
So DC said Cheng brought up a great point by the lady using silence until things calm down.
Absolutely. If that's what you need to do, then do that. Definitely
The brilliance of being 39 plus 1.
Exactly.
Paul said, thanks, Slick, as this is a sad thing, as too many expats over here in the Philippines in the news for wrong reasons, as there is a lot more to this story we aren't privy to. And Cheng is right. It's just sit, be quiet.
Yeah. You guys, real quick, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. We do a live stream at least twice a week. I do a solo show during the week, and we always this is actually an anomaly, right? Because it's Saturday. We usually have our live stream on this is our Saturday. Sorry, your Friday night, but we usually have our live stream on Saturday night in the U.S. Right? So we will have our normal show tomorrow, and it's just. Show Ching is beaming about. Ching wants to get into it, right? But we definitely wanted to address this because it's a big deal. It really is a big deal, and I hope that if expats are in the news in the future, it's for a good reason. Yeah.
We want to put you guys on a positive light. There's too much negativity already. So, and also a lot of incidents that happened that put a lot of Western guys or foreign guys in a bad situation, so or bad representation.
Right. James Stovall said, "Bro, she's not your child." I think he's talking to me. Wait to talk about on-air issues off camera or whatever. Oh, okay. You come off sometimes on camera like an angry dude. I can't imagine how bad it gets off camera.
James, let me answer that. Okay. So a lot of times our videos, especially our videos, are shtick. Okay, so we show you in our 20 to 30 minute videos what we want to show you. And let me just be clear with you. If I felt disrespected in this relationship, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Thank you.
So yeah.
And James,
he may be new. So yeah.
I think you took care of it. Thank you, dear. James said, "Bro, you're a little rough, or at least that's the way it comes off on camera towards her." It's a new name, so he doesn't know. James, it's a lot of it is shtick, bro. Stay to the end of the videos. Watch the bloopers, bro. Watch the bloopers, and keep this in mind too, James. Sometimes we're up late at night filming a second and a third show, and it does we're tired and we are a little irritated with each other. It is what it is, but bruh, it's shtick. And since this is a new name, we appreciate you commenting, and whether or not you criticize me, it's okay. I appreciate you giving me your point of view, and I respect your point of view, so thank you. Right. All right.
Slick trick. Thank you, Slick trick.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what else to say. Oh, we'll just move on. Blake, Rick, please handle that. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe
he might have already did. It's a little late, right? Yeah.
Okay, but God said, my wife of 33 years has become like that. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
Violent
tendency, right?
That's why I will be divorcing her this year. And it's sad to hear. And moving to the Philippines from Texas.
I'm sorry to hear that, but God, I'm really sorry to hear that. Go ahead.
It's 33 years, so that's a lot.
You know what? I would say this. Someone gave me a different perspective on this. 33 years is a dub, bruh. It's not. Some people say, "Oh man, you're taking it." To be with one person for 33 years, yeah, it does suck to end that way. But God, I hear you. But that's a dub, bro. To stay with one person for 33 years, I think that's a dub. No matter how you look at it, I think it is difficult to stay with the same person for that long. So in my mind, that's a dub. Period. I don't think we got 33 years.
Yeah.
I don't think we have 33 years
For the rest of my life.
for the rest of your life, right? Because I might be finished, but hopefully I'm finished before you. Knock on, yeah, okay, knock on wood. There you go, right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Cliff is in the house. What's that? Cliff G is in the house. Very important.
Hello,
right?
Cliff G. This happened to me 3 times in Thailand, where women wanted to start a fight in the street over trivial BS. Each time I just left them in the street. I'm not going to Southeast Asian prison.
Cliff, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you have to be able to walk away. You have, because there are some women out. Look, we know it already. There are some women out there there are people out there, we'll put it that way, that are unhinged. They are straight unhinged, and they are going to cause you problems in your life if you keep them around, right? So you just got to get away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Pa said he doesn't look tall enough for the big rides at Six Flags, let alone for combat in the military, right? Yeah, this man, he ain't no more than 5'4". I mean, he's
It's
people
about 5.
people might call him shorty, right? Okay, we'll take this real quick call. All right, this is Black Box calling back. What you got, Black Box?
Real quick, I heard from your boy, the other channel, that Thailand just passed the anti-harassment law, meaning that neither man or woman can harass anybody.
Right.
So that means that for the dudes that go down the strip down there, where all the what's her and the other people that look like girls but not, they usually grab on you and pull on you, try to get you to do stuff, and you try to. So they passed a law just recently in Thailand to prevent a man from assaulting a woman, or even a woman assaulting a man. So that's how bad it's getting around these places. I just want to throw that out so you can check it out yourself. All right.
Good point. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Also, I think this didn't happen in a bar, but I think a lot of these situations happen and have something to do with somebody drinking, right? It said he came home. I don't know where he came home from, but this is all the reasons that we just don't F with the bar scene. People drinking, people make bad decisions when they're drunk and when they're influenced by alcohol. I'm cool on all that, man. I'm here to live my best life, to enjoy myself, to smile, and to be angry with Chang apparently. And yeah. Anyway, I think he might know. I think the chat kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So DC said, I have many friends who are Marines that you don't mess with, but they still have integrity in everything that they do. So let's not blame this on the Corps.
Roger that. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Slick Rick said, and I echo this. Slick Rick said, James, you're more than welcome to call in with your opinions. Call in, James. If you have opinion, you're welcome to call in. Just be respectful. I'm not going to attack you. Don't attack me. But if you have something to say it, brother. I welcome all opinions, constructive or critical. Even if you need to be critical and say something to me, feel free to call and say something. The number is scrolling across the bottom. Call in, bro. Okay. Let's see. All right, we'll get back into the comments. Okay. Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. I have to put these comments up because they're in the comments, and this is clearly the way a man feels. It says, "Bro, we can have a private conversation about bullying your woman if you like. When I see it, I call it out."
I don't see it as bullying. If I did, I will tell. I won't be here.
Okay. I appreciate your opinion, James. That's about all I can say. Okay. Mother effing mom said the question for anybody who deletes somebody should ask themselves, do I hate this person more than I love myself? Right. And hate
is such a strong word.
Man, you know what?
I see here.
You are right there, right? It is a strong. I mean, it's the opposite of love, right? It is a strong emotion. For me, I don't know anybody that I hate. I don't know anybody. I've never met anybody where I say, damn, I just hate that person. I don't have that kind of feeling for anybody out there. And maybe there's people that do. I don't know, man. All All right. Jesse Moore said, "What's up, Richie Rich? Go and keep telling the truth. Facts, man. Jesse, I'm gonna be home in the Bay in a couple weeks, so it would be cool for us to hook up. You know, I'm gonna hook up with Slick Rick because that's my dude. But Jesse, it would be cool to hang out with you as well too." What?
Sorry, I just look at my cheeks. I think I'm talking.
We've been doing all that running and exercising.
I'm just conscious.
Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Yeah, you're okay. You're cute as a butt. You're cute as a butt. Am I getting fat in the middle of the show?
Sorry, Annie. I just saw my cheeks. It's
in the middle of
tiny.
the show.
Sorry.
Man, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Lovely Jay.
Okay.
Lovely Jay, thank you for joining us. And where are you watching from? Lucky thing you clarified what delete her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I caught that because I didn't, delete her out of your chat or out of your phone, not
social media.
Yeah, out of your social media, not do something crazy, right? Okay. Joe Pa said, you want to read that?
What he was a beta male who for once felt superior to a woman and couldn't handle the fact that she isn't property.
Okay. All right. Hawk said, this is crazy and sad. We can't be striking or deleting anyone, but sorry. Hawk said, we can't be striking or deleting Panays. You can't come here and do that. I'm man, woman, child, nobody here. No, you can't. It is nothing good is going to come of it. Not even, forget that, not even having any kind of altercation at all. Don't do it. Rest in heaven, sweetie. No excuse for that unless he was defending himself, which I don't believe he was. Right? But look, I wasn't there. David Pryor said, does anybody in the Phil's law, does anybody know, does the Phil laws what covers this situation? I don't know. I don't know, David.
To be honest, it's under violence against women and children. So apart from this is what I'm just based on the information that we have. So if he got charged for doing something to his wife, and then if the children witness that,
that would be
a different charge.
Yeah. That would be an additional charge. Right. Okay. Let's see. Joe Pa said, I'm 100% veteran, disabled due to PTSD, and I live with 2 wives. Word? Okay. And never once laid a hand on either one of them. So let's not blame PTSD. I hear you, but 2 wives, Joe Pa? Hey, man, we need to have a conversation, bro, because I want to do it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Right. But look, more power to you, bro. More power to you. Let's see. Morris said hello to all the women in the chat. And let's see. All right. And Hawk said, and Hawk, thank you. You guys don't just take our word for anything. We're giving you the news as it comes in. But clearly there's some different and some different news.
There's some development in the news right now.
For sure. So all right. Let's see. And Obi-Wan said, I don't know if it was the Marines or that messed him up the same way Americans think. No matter how bad she might have been, he should have just left. I completely concur. Completely. Let's see. Juan and Lanny in the Philippines. What's up, Juan and Lanny in the Philippines? What is happening, man? Thanks for joining our show. Let us know where you're watching from, Juan and Lanny. Appreciate you guys, right? Rabbit's in the house. What's happening, Rabbit? Right? And Joe Pa said this, and I agree with this. Marines carry themselves with honor, with the honor of the Marines who served before them, if they were truly Marines to begin with, right? I think he definitely was a Marine. I think we can say that for sure. So I just think one got away, right? Jesse said, you have to know how to call it quits, especially in a foreign country. Know when to fold them. Yeah, Jesse, you're absolutely correct. I completely agree with that, right? Rabbit said, whatever it was, something was eating him, and finally the damn broken sense went out the window. Yeah, exactly. This was not just a one-time thing. Something was brewing. Something was developing here. We don't know what it was, but man, he lost it. He absolutely lost it. You want to read Ray's?
Ray said women have the luxury of being guided by emotion, so men should always remain rational. Love is an emotion for women. For men, love is a commitment, a responsibility that you choose. May sound cold.
No, it didn't sound cold, Ray. Ray, well said.
Differently. Yeah.
Actually, well said. I think that if I could pin a comment, I would pin that comment. In fact, can I just star that? Yeah. I just starred that comment because I think that was very well put. Right. Okay, you want to read Luca's comment?
So Luca said, it's really important you know what triggers your partner because all of us have several. That's why open communication and empathy is vital. I think that's a great point. You communicate with your partner what triggers me, so don't do this.
Right.
Okay, what annoys me, don't do this.
Now you have some people that once you tell them that, they're gonna do that thing that triggers you. But I'm just telling you, that's how you know this person is toxic.
Know that
but that's how you know, because they're gonna take your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, and they're gonna exploit them. But that's how you know that person is toxic, and that's how you know this is a person I need to get out of my life.
If you already know that annoys your partner, why do you keep doing?
Because that's how some people are. That's how some people are, right? You want to read Miss Rhoda's comment?
Okay, Miss Rhoda said, correct, Luca. If you know his love language, I think you should also know what triggers your partner.
Agreed. Hawk, I got your comment. I can't put it up there. I can't because of YouTube. I can't put it up there. But I feel you, bro. That's what I can say. I definitely feel you. Right. Yeah, and we have conflicting reports as to whether she's still with us or not. I hope she's still with us. I really, really do. Okay. Joy Jover's in the house. What's up, Joy Jover? I'm so glad to get a perspective from local people, not just from a man, but from people here in the Philippines, right? Joy Jover said it boils down to cultural differences. That's what's happening, right? It could be. It very well could be, right? And let's see. Okay. Hawk said, Hawk's report, see, we're getting different reports. Hawk said he read, she's alive, praying for a recovery no matter what happened, right? I hope you're right, Hawk. I hope you're right. We're getting, man, we'll get to the bottom of it, but right now I'm not sure one way or the other, right? Right. And okay. And well, I'm not going to read this, but I'll post it so you guys can read it. Okay. You guys don't think we're ignoring what you're writing. I just want to stay within the confines and boundaries of YouTube, right? So I don't want any smoke and I don't want to get in trouble, right? So Luca said, if you can, try to walk away from a full-blown argument, please, right? Totally agree, Luca.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Right? Joey Jover put this he put his own game, right? Joey Jover said there is no I can say that. No death penalty here. It's been abolished since the 90s, right? And I think I had read that somewhere. That's why I was pretty positive on that. Tex Roy said he'll be out in 10 years. I don't know, Tex Roy. I don't even know if this brother's going to survive for 10 years, right? Joe Pa said it, such a senseless act of cowardice. And I completely agree with that, bro. You got to be able to walk away. But run away if you got to. Run away. But okay. Make sure we can read this. I can't. I'll put that up there, but I can't read this comment. But I'll just put it up there for you guys to read it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and same thing. Joey Jover said it's more torturing to spend 10 and 20 years in prison than get than have capital punishment. We'll call it that way, right? Loner from Sacramento, what's up, Loner? Said call the SEALs to dispose him. Okay, right? Black Box said you do not want to do 10 years in a Philippines prison. I don't think not from what I've heard. Not from what I've heard, right? Okay, I can't read this one, so I have to skip to that. You guys, there's certain comments. Please understand, there's certain comments we cannot read, and it's not because we don't want to. It's just we have to stay within YouTube's guidelines. Okay, I know this is kind of a touchy topic, but we're just trying to stay within the guidelines. Joan said, I just jumped on. Is this the guy that
did something
that
to
did something to a woman in a bar. No, this is a whole different situation, and that's why we needed to distinguish what one of our callers was talking about. This is what Kenny was talking about. Two different situations. So this is another guy, right? Okay. Let's see. Joey said, like Vitaly, he spent 9 months in the pen, and he doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to come back here to the country, right? I think I don't care what country you're in. If you spend 9 months in the pen, man, it can't be fun. It's not meant to be fun, right? It's meant to be hard.
But you know, he's putting out videos now. His documentary.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no. Anyway,
But Tom got a feel.
right? Okay. You want to read this one?
Okay, po. So Ron said there should never be a time he put his hands on a woman. Just walk away.
Right. My man James Stovall said,
With my Filipina, I had to really pay attention to my tone because I did not realize when she said I had a tiger look. That's what I meant. I think, but we had already understood our situation, James. But let me add and piggyback to what he said because that's very important here in the Philippines. A lot of Filipinas would translate a raised voice like a
Yeah.
threat. So, also, you might think that you're being direct, but to us, it already feels aggressive or you're attacking us, something like that. So, if you can't control your anger, you shouldn't be in a
walk away or have her leave, man. Have her leave. Take this call. Are we on?
Yeah.
All right. Caller, who's calling? Where you calling from?
This is
Look, wait.
Look, wait, what's happening, man? What you got on this topic?
Yeah, like I saw the news clip or whatever. I was at work, so I was trying to call in like a little earlier, but I'm like just getting off. But that was crazy. Like 64 times that like I couldn't imagine, what the backstory behind that was, like whether he had PTSD or whatever. But I think there's more to the story than just having PTSD.
There's gotta be.
I think, yeah, I think like, they probably had something going on in the relationship. There must have been, some sort of argument or some fight or something, some animosity that might have built up to leading to that point, because nobody is going to wake up and just stab you 64 times for no reason.
I hear you. We're, I appreciate the call. We're trying to stay away from using specific words.
Yeah.
Right, because of YouTube. So we might have to delete that later. I hope not. YouTube, we're sorry. We didn't mean it. He said it. Yeah.
But
Anyway, but we get your point. Your point is well taken, though. Definitely. Okay. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Okay,
All right.
moving on.
All right. Hawk said, no matter who it is, it's not worth it unless you're defending your life. Just walk away and leave. Run away if you got to, but get the hell out of there and get away from that woman. Get away from her. Just get away. Period. If you feel like things are that bad between you, just end the relationship. Get away. Go to a hotel. Do something, and then, man, yeah, it. You're right. No matter what, it's not worth it, right? Can I do this one? No, can't do that one. Okay. Let's see. Jay King said, "Oh, what? Why you guys don't live together? Because that we made a choice. We think that's what's best for us at right now and at this point, and it works for us. It works very well for us. We spend a lot of time together. We do a lot of stuff together. We work together, but for us, it works. That's it. Okay. And no, we've never lived together. We've since we've known each other, we've never lived together. She lived a lot closer before. Like you moved away from me. You have to get away, right? No, her family Ching's family lives less than like 1 kilometer away, 10-minute walk away from me. But we moved her closer to the university for work. It works out. It's a choice we made, and it works out. It's good for us for right now. Okay. Let's see. Hawk said, no free passes, sir. I'm gone. I hear you, Hawk. I'm not mad at you, bro. Ray said, I don't give free passes. For instance, if a lifelong friend stole from me, they're no longer my friend. That's how, to me, that's how it should be, especially from a lifelong friend, bro. Then that wasn't really a good friend, right? I mean, come to me and say, look, I need some help if you're a lifelong friend, right? But you can't be stealing from me. Festive one, what's happening? Festive one, right?
Where are you watching from?
Right. Any Ilma? What's Ilma? Do you know?
Is that a Korean word? Oma.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Right. Right. Morris said, Hawk, I got the same stance. I'll tell you my boundaries. If you cross them, it's crickets. It is over. Right. I'm with you guys. I'm definitely with you guys. Papush said, oh man, I hear you, man. It is not a good thing, right? Joe Pot said he's got bandages on his wrist. Either he tried to off himself or the police put the cuffs on tight.
I read an article that he broke some window jalousie and then tried to inflict some wounds on him too.
Right. Okay. Festive one. Any man who can take all my money, cheat on me, or sorry, any woman who can take, would you please read this?
Yes. Any woman can take all my money, cheat on me, and I'll laugh and walk away for good. So many beautiful Filipinas to replace her in one day.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. Sorry, Festive. I struggle with my reading sometimes. Not really. My brain works too fast. Yeah, my brain works way too fast, right? Let's see. What?
Oh.
Rich, if you strike Ching, I'm moving in. Just kidding, brother. It won't happen. It won't happen. You know what? Yeah, we don't even need to discuss it. We don't even need. Yeah. The boundaries have been set for a long time, and they've never been crossed. Let's see. Go ahead.
Festive one said, I was the police 30 years, saw daily, can I say that?
Armed
combat on the streets.
No, I can't say that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's move on to
Okay, yeah, we can't say. Again, you guys, we can't say these words on YouTube, and we'll get probably, who knows. I hope we can, I hope they even allow this to come up, but we'll see. Okay.
So Jeff, is that Jeff?
Jeff R.
Welcome to Research Abroad if you're new, and let us know where you're watching from. So he said, women here in America do things to men that cause them to be hit, strike, and if a man do, they cry to the police. Me, I walk away from them forever.
Exactly. Let's not even use that word.
Okay.
That word.
Okay. I'll just action.
No,
even action.
Nope, YouTube, their guidelines say you can't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll just skip the comment if it contains words.
Yeah, we have to comb through these because it's a touchy topic, and I know you guys want to get your comments in, and we appreciate them. But there's just certain things that we might not even be able to show. I don't even know if we'll be able to keep this, if YouTube will let us keep this.
Hopefully.
But we're trying to do things the right way. Joe Pasa, we're deporting everybody and suspending visas in the U.S. in large part due to fear if foreigners are committing violent crimes. So it can't be good for expats in the Philippines. I hear you. I absolutely hear you, right? Okay. Right. Yeah, I don't think I can read that. Yeah. Festival one. Good goodness. Are you serious? Festival one, man, you gotta keep your hands off of people, man. At 6'9" and 320. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, bro. I wouldn't want to be struck by you, bro. At 6'9" and 320, you are a big individual. Right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We're combing through these. Okay, we can do that one. Go ahead.
Okay. Passport Dialectic said, unstable people crash out every day in all countries. It's unfortunate, but all we can do is be grateful he didn't go on a deleting spree.
Right. Right. He said being a bus driver in the US is stressful. There's a lot of stressful jobs out there. There's a ton of stressful jobs out there. You just, man, you gotta keep it.
Work is stressful, I think. Yeah. You just need to know what triggers you from what not. And if you know that it's about to trigger you, then step back.
Deuces. Yeah, you gotta
Mm.
keep it pushing, man.
Mm.
I know you want to
So,
do it.
Amirabui Al Mubarak, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Always appreciate having you in here. Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I was raised by my mother and three older sisters and was taught to never a woman under any circumstances. If they did that to you, leave and call the police on her for doing that to you.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see.
Okay. All right. So,
I think we're almost caught up. No, not even by close. Not even. Okay. Well, I don't want to butcher your name. I'm sorry. But too old. I'm just saying. Too old said, if you love your wife, you can't hurt her. I like that. I like that. Simple and to the point, man. Obi-Wan said, city bus drivers in Detroit will pull the bus over and deal with you if they have to. Right? Okay. William Walker said, my ex-wife socked me while I was sleeping for absolutely no reason. I woke up and left the same D, and she knew I had PTSD. Right? Girl, don't sock me in my sleep. I might do something to you for snoring in my ear when you hear. Sometimes, man. Sometimes I gotta roll you over sometimes, man. But you're still good. You're still good, right? All right. Let's see. DC said, when you have PTSD, you're taught how to stay calm and cool, right? Yeah, and stay away from anything that'll trigger you, man.
that's why you go to therapy.
Right. Okay. Joey Jover said he thinks PTSD is a red flag. It won't go away in the person, right? It might. I don't know if it's a red flag, but I'd say a yellow flag because if you understand this person might have some mental disabilities that they might not can handle in certain situations, certainly you would want to be cautious for sure, right? Okay. Malcolm said, you want to read that?
Yeah. So that guy can request to serve his prison sentence here in the US through the US Department of State International Prison Transfer Program after his conviction, provided both countries agree. I don't think the Philippines would agree to that. Maybe not.
You never know. You never know. But it would likely be a federal prison. Likely be a federal prison, which is a lot easier than being in a state prison. I'm just here to tell you. I've never been in state prison, never been in prison in my life, but so I don't know. But I know people who have. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Right. And Jeff D said James is a newbie. Dude, watch the show before commenting. I think he might be up on game now. He might be up on game. But appreciate you, Jeff. Let's see. Mr. Ray is in the house, right? He did a roll call, right? Mr. Ray, what's happening, man? When you coming back, bro? Right. Let's see. Let's see here.
So I'm not getting these notifications. So it's pissing me off and wanted to call Rich, but don't know. Man, I'm not feeling the love.
Oh, man, brother, you know you can come. You know you can holler at your phone anytime.
Mr. Ray, just click again the notification bell because in the previous few months, the YouTube has something with the algorithm.
Just notice your new watch band.
Oh, thank you. Right. That's why I'm doing that because I'm flexing it.
Anyway, let me put you on game, Mr. Ray. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe and then hit your notification buttons. Boom. There you go. That's what you do. But please resubscribe though. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Isaac said, I'm back. I had to jump over to Tagalog with Pat. Okay. All right. Hey, I like Pat's Tagalog lessons, right?
Tagalog time.
Yeah, Tagalog. I think that's the gal who does Tagalog time, right? Young, can I read that? Regardless, yes. Yeah, okay, I can read that. Young Fresh said, I'll put his comment up there, and then we'll take this call. Okay, caller, what you got?
It's me again.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I would say a lot of people don't have good conflict resolution.
Okay,
A lot.
I agree.
And what I would say to people is to find an outlet. A lot of people, what they do is that they take it on, they let it stew, and let it simmer like full boil. I've learned over the years from being kind of a bit all the crap I've done, living out, doing all the crazy stuff I used to do when I was young, but find creative outlets, let all that tension out, exercise, play sports. I still play video games to now. I'm an old behind man on Social Security, and I still play games. Like that, I get my frustration out on a video game, so I'm not giving it out to the world. I'm not saying you do what I do, but find some kind of activity that can take all that energy. You can put it on that. That kind of help. I didn't say that's the end all be all. That's part and partial of another thing that you can do.
Right.
That energy has to go somewhere.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Do something to release that energy. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Big Love said, bar result equals you drink jungle juice till your breath smells funky like ape dookie, and then you think you're Tarzan, right? Exactly. That's why I stay away, bro. I mean, it's not a question of can I fight this dude or whoop this dude or vice versa. Man, I'm here to have a good time and enjoy my life. I don't need none of that.
I remember we were like looking at the chismis last week when we were doing the city walk.
Right.
The chismis in the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There's some commotion.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenny said, I agree, like you, I avoid bars and clubs because people get drunk and act a fool. Always better to watch it on the news than be a part of it.
Right. Mr. Ray. Thank you, Mr. Ray. He's new, bro. He doesn't know, and but you know what? I'll say this. I will say I appreciate. I mean, but at least somebody is looking out for Chang too, and I appreciate. And I also appreciate the way in which he brought it up.
Yeah,
he wasn't disrespectful. He articulated what he wanted to say. He felt some type of way. I respect that, man. I got mad respect for that. Watch us for a little bit longer, bro. Watch us for a little bit longer. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think they kind of got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys.
Right. And you yeah. You guys. I appreciate you guys coming to my defense. I really appreciate that. Again, we want to welcome people into the family. They may not know or understand our dynamic and all that stuff. But I really do appreciate you guys coming to my defense and coming to our defense. Yeah, really appreciate it. But he's new, and I always want to welcome James, Mr. Stovall. Welcome to our family, brother. Welcome to our family. Check us out a little bit longer, and I think the dynamic will come to you. It might be a little different, but keep in mind, there's not a whole bunch of channels out there with an expat guy and a local girl. So that dynamic might be a little bit different than what you're used to, but it's nothing but love over here, bro. Nothing but love. Okay.
So much love.
All right. We appreciate you. We appreciate you,
guys.
Thank all the Richie Rich family. We appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you guys. Right. Want to bring love and add love to the family and all of that. Okay. Right. And Callie O said PTSD manifests in many ways before violent behavior. How do you teach young pinkies the cues when dating veterans? You know what? I think anytime you see people with consistent anger issues where they just lose it really quickly or they're easily triggered, maybe that might be a thing. So I don't know though. I don't know. Let's see. Mr. Stovall is from Plano, Texas. What's happening? Texas is in the house. James, we definitely appreciate you. We have like 3 minutes left. So let's try to get through the comments. Let's do the comments real quick.
Michael Peters, if you're new, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the family. Communication is the key in any relationship, no matter who you are with, regardless of age and culture.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Right. Callie said, Obi-Wan, you're mature beyond your ways, but unfortunately not many men are. Okay, all right. Young Fresh Global Travel said, go ahead, baby.
Growing up with 4 sisters shaped me into the man I am today, deeply protective of the women I love, especially my langga. I don't take their safety lightly. Part 1. Okay, so the part 2.
Jerry, I've got that part 2, right?
I say. So part 2, at 6'3" and 215 pounds, I'm more than ready to stand my ground against anyone who thinks they can disrespect or harm them. No hitting.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. All right. Okay.
Okay, so James said, got 3 grown children, all successful and about to retire from a career as a home builder, been married twice. So I understand how things are.
Fair enough. Right.
Every time you do that, I think you're crying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just taking a breath, right?
Okay.
Okay. I think we kind of had to come together now, right?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And James, welcome first and foremost, welcome to our family. We got a cool family, a nice close-knit bunch here. We love having new people come in. Just check out our dynamic a little bit more. Check out some other videos, some other live streams. I'm not trading Chang, and hopefully she ain't trading me. This is my dog. This is my dog, right? All right. Let's see.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you for chiming in.
Yeah.
He was there early.
He's running a little late. That's all right. We still love having you in here, brother. We're always happy to have you in here, bro. All right.
Joey Jover said, I agree with Chang. In our culture, raising voice means threatening someone.
Right.
It's not like a direct saying. Yes.
Right. See, now, James, you just see what you might not know is that you just said the magic words, bro. And maybe it was on accident, but I am USC Trojans alum. Fight on, brother. Fight on. Right. So there you go. So now we just made it. We're family. We're family.
Good. We're cool.
It's all good. It's all good, right? Okay. All right. Let's get this in here. Okay, that's football comment, right? All right. Okay, yeah, and Jeff said he thought it was the girl in the bar. No, he was wrong. Different situation.
Yeah,
different. That was a couple days ago. Actually, it was actually a couple weeks ago, or a week. That happened on the 11th of January.
But you did the live stream.
But we did the live stream recently, right? Because it didn't really come out. Nobody really talked about it, so I felt the need to talk about it, right? So, yeah, I know, man. I know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's
I wish we could.
standard.
Yeah. I wish we could read everything, but we got to follow the standards, right? Hawk said these days America is so stressful. I agree with you, Hawk. I agree. Cliff G said,
Chang, do you know any Filipino women that have driven a man to the point where they felt they needed to put hands on them? I don't hang around with women like that, but I've seen people on the streets like having some kind of argument or disagreement where the woman put like hands on the man.
I'm gonna reserve my comment. Yeah, I'll keep my comment to myself. I think there are some things, remember, we're in a culture here where machismo is a big deal. And I think that there are some things that happen behind closed doors that people may or may not talk about here, one way, one side or the other. Certain things do happen. I've heard, and So it is what it is. It is what it is. But there is no excuse. Don't put hands on people.
Yeah, but he said, if I know any Filipina, I
got you. Okay. Let's see. I play Street Fighter. Black Box said I play Street Fighter and Call of Duty. Hey, I'm a Call of Duty junkie, dude. But I'm a Call of Duty dude. I used to play Medal of Honor. But that was my game. Medal of Honor was my game. But then they changed that into Call of Duty or whatever. But Call of Duty and I play college football. That is the game, and I can't wait till I go home because that's me and my son. That's our bonding thing. Ever since he was young, we used to play Medal of Honor. You know that little picture where I'm wearing the USC shirt and because I was home for the summer, and we're playing video games together when he was little. We were playing Call of Duty. I mean, we were playing Medal of Honor back then. That was our game. Anyway, Jose Bonete said,
I work with a lot of vets, and PTSD is not permanent. It takes time, and the service animals work.
okay. All right. Neil Davis, what's up, Neil?
Hello,
Neil, I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it. I sent you a message to respond back to you. But I think you did get it because I think you responded to my message. But anyway, what's up, brother? Always
Hello,
happy to
Neil.
have you in here. Okay. Let's see. Joey Jover, you're in Deval, bro. I just want to say I'm not trying to invite myself to your house, but I kind of am. I would love to come out to Deval. I've never been to Deval. I also know Big Boss live out there too, somewhere around there. I think so. I think if I'm not correct.
I think it's in Pagadian, but maybe he moved.
Okay, maybe you might be right. But I know Joey Jover live out there, and that's my brother from Filipino mother. So if ever you think about having a brother over, I would love to come over and meet you personally, man, and sit down and talk with you. I think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Obi-Wan piggybacked and said, I got a dog, and that really helped. Awesome, right? So there's something to that, right? Anders said everybody should have a dog. I agree. Every time I see people with a cute dog, I get kind of jealous because I'm like, man, I wish I had a dog, but I don't. I move around too much. I travel too much. But man, I know you. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. All right, we'll read this comment. Luis Brian Fernandez, go ahead.
Why is there many scams in the Philippines compared to Thailand? Sorry to say this, I got scammed in Manila and Cebu a few times with prices in local restaurant and etc.
Well, you definitely have to read the receipt. When you get the receipt, you got to read the receipt. Sometimes they might overcharge certain things or put too many things on there, and if you bring it to their attention, they're usually pretty happy to take it off the receipt. But it is what it is. People are trying to make money off. People are trying to make money. If you go to bars, do not run a tab. Don't do it. I've said that a couple of times, but it seems like people get scammed in bars. But I don't understand how. I guess there are still ways you can get scammed in bars, but still. But I don't know, Luis. I think we're targets. Yeah, we're targets. It just is what it is, right? Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I'm the Jeff from Chicago that called earlier. That will be in the Philippines later this year. My lady is my thumbnail. Is in my thumbnail.
All right, man. Cool. All right. Let's see. Okay.
So when go to a club, they mention this price, but enter it's a total different price. That's why you have to check the menu.
You gotta check the menu and point it out on the menu. Point it out on the menu. Look, we're targets. We understand that. And in some places, you're going to be a target. Some people see us as a way to
walk in ATM.
Yeah, as a come up, right? And you just don't get upset. Don't get mad about it. And I want to point something out. Somebody said this to me. You know, when you think in the grand scheme of things, let's say you're on a trike and they charge you 60 pesos instead of 40 pesos, right? Do you get upset? Do you know how much 20 pesos is? It's like a nickel. You're really going to go ape shit over a nickel? It's not worth it. It might be like 20 cents or so. It's a small amount. It's just not that important to where you're willing to make someone else lose space and causing. It's just not that big of a deal. Not at all, right? John is in the house. What's up, John? TB2. What is happening, brother? John, let us know. You guys, if you're new in here, let us know where you're commenting from or you're watching from. Definitely let us know. Our channel is getting bigger slowly, but getting bigger. And we just always want to know where we're expanding to, how big, where people are watching from. So let's take this last one. I think I said start too. Oh, it's the one I starred. Got it. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Big Boss is here.
Big Boss is in the house, right? Big Boss, where are you located, bruh? I know you're in the Phils. I know you're in Mindanao. Where are you located, brother? All right, we'll take this call real quick, and hopefully Big Boss will let us know in the comments. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Young Fresh Global Travel?
What's up, Young Fresh? What's up, Brooklyn's in the house? What's happening?
Happy Friday, and I guess happy Saturday to y'all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. What you got?
real quick, two quick things. One, I completely agree with you about people going to the Philippines and like, if you know you gonna be there for 2 weeks or even a month, please don't argue over 20 pesos. Like, I mean, really, bro? Like, some people are like, well, trying to overcharge me by 25 cents. You're gonna argue over 25 cents, bro. Like, anyway, I just, that was my first point. Like,
Right.
don't stress yourself out. I get it that, money's money and so on and so forth, but just kind of budget $1, man. Like, I mean, 50 cents, bro. Like, that is just the most annoying thing. Second thing is, don't travel all those miles, thousands of miles, to be with a Filipina, which are, in my opinion, are much more nicer than American women or any Western women. And just to get mad at a woman, you know what I mean? Like, your whole, people's whole thought process, like, it's very unfortunate what allegedly whatever happened, in that article that y'all talking about is very sad. But it's like, it's just really, people need to enjoy the Philippines and just try not to be mad when you're in the Philippines, because like, if you like, when I see people arguing or whatever, they start acting stupid, they start drinking or whatever, I just leave, man, because I'm like, I didn't travel 8,000 miles just to deal with this bullshit. So that's all.
I hear you,
I
bro.
don't even want to be around that Pookie and Ray stuff, man. Goodbye, or like Chad or Brad or whatever. Goodbye with that.
Right. I don't want no negative vibes, bro. No negative vibes. If you bring me negative vibes, I'm gonna be polite, but I'm about to bounce. I'm about to dip, bro. Period.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sure.
All right, man.
All right, man. Sorry, y'all.
All right, deuces.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just, man, I'm serious. I don't want no smoke. It's not a matter of who can beat who up or who can fight who is. I don't want no smoke. I just want positive vibes in my life. If it's a woman and she ain't bringing positivity, she's not supporting my, what I'm doing, my grind. She gotta go. You just gotta go. I don't need none of that stuff, right? Period. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I think a little bit of some personal convos. All right. Okay.
Okay.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so from Joey Jover said, one tips for you guys, see the price list of what you're buying so you don't get scammed in foreign price scams in bars and restaurants. It's always you ask what's the price. So I think I read somewhere in the comments about Louise Bryan's response to the price.
But you know what? Here's the thing, because he makes a great point, because a lot of times we assume that the price for this is the same price for that. And it's not true. But just because they don't tell you, it doesn't mean you got scammed. You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions. And that's like the time I went to that one bar and they said, oh, you want to buy the Mama Sana drink, right? This is years ago and my first time in the Philippines. And I was like, yeah, sure, right? It turns out the drink was twice as much as a regular drink, right? But I didn't ask. So I get the bill and it's twice as much. Hey, that's on me. That's on me. They didn't scam me. That's just on me. Yep. All right. Right here.
Okay, so see, Big Boss is in Pagadian. So
I can't go over there. That's where I was before, though.
Yeah, that's where the airport is.
Yeah, that's where I was before.
Yeah, Kat, my friend is in Kumalara.
But so he's in Northwest. He's in Northwest Mindanao, right?
North Central.
North Central. Okay, gotcha. Okay, right.
Okay,
so different places.
So this is Louis' response. Well, I never argue back because I'm a foreigner. For me, I don't mind paying as long as before I enter, I ask. Example, I ordered a liquor before enter, they mentioned 3,000 pesos. But when I enter, it's like 5,000 pesos.
Right. If that's me, I just walk out.
Yeah, it's this. You're deceiving it.
Yeah. And what liquor did you buy that was 3,000 pesos?
Maybe
$60. $60. God, I mean, $100. Anyway. But the point is well taken, right? For me, I'm just like I'm super cool. I'm not. Yeah. And get
If
a menu. Get a menu. The menu says what it says.
Yeah. So if it's not written in the menu and the price that was mentioned in the menu, then the different price when they mentioned it to you when attracting you inside the bar, then
I have no idea what you just said.
hey, for example, diba there are people in the bar. Hey, sir, come here. Okay, the blah 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 is 3,000 pesos. So when you come in,
Okay. All right.
anyway,
Okay. Obi-Wan said, I went to bars, thank you, to experience it. After that, I would drink at home. You know, every blue moon, we'll have a drink at home. That's funny. We almost had a drink.
yeah.
The other night, we almost had a drink at home. But yeah, on Ching's birthday, but she had ulterior motives and she didn't want me to drink. Just saying. She wanted to get the best out of me. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, she wasn't taking no chances. Right, let's see.
At least I communicated with you. I have a
Right, yeah, she had a plan, right? I just said he's 54 and he ain't never gonna stop plumbing. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm just, for me, first of all, I don't like crowds. I just don't like crowds. After living in China, I'm cool on the crowd thing, man. And then second, I know this makes me sound old, but the music is don't nonstop. It's too much for me. I'm
irritating to the ears.
one or two songs, and then
but if it's our jam. But if it's our jam, we have our own party at home.
We party at home, man. We cool.
Just the two of us.
We're doing our own thing, right? Singing and and messing up the lyrics. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
I did enjoy the scenes, but too many scams. So I just use Grab and buy food from Grab and eat in my hotel most of the time. I was there. I do go restaurant like Jollibee, the big franchises, because they don't.
Right.
They don't cheat.
Yeah, because they don't. Yeah, because they don't cheat. Right. There you go. Part two. Boom. There you go. Wait, do the back and forth. And use Grab. Use InDrive. You guys, here's some quick game for you guys if you don't know. Grab is not the only show in town. InDrive is just as good, if not better, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Use InDrive. Just a little game for you guys that are coming here, right? Okay. Christopher Michael said, "Yes, sir. I'm 38 and I play video games and work out to keep my sanity." Boom. I'm in the club, Christopher Michael. I am in the club, bro. I will not. I don't think until I just can't function or I can't hit the buttons fast enough. I don't think I'm ever get out of my video game phase. It keeps my sanity.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I told you I'm buying me one. I know. That's what's up. That's what's up, right?
Whatever makes you happy.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's get one last comment in here. Let's do this one. It's Obi-Wan. Right. Obi-Wan said the Philippines is a happy place. If you can't be happy there, the problem might be with you. He said, is you, but I'm saying the problem might be with you. I agree, Obi-Wan. It's just come here, be happy, y'all. Just be happy. That's the point. Vet carefully. If you were the woman who's bringing drama into your life, who's bringing problems, get away from that woman. Be here and be happy. There's too many great things going on here in the Philippines for you to be happy and for you to want to hurt people. That's all I'm saying, right? You got any last comments, baby?
Yeah. So if you can't argue without losing control, so you need help, not a partner. So I think you always need to control your emotions.
All right.
Taking that
We're gonna take this one last call, and we're gonna make this last call of our live stream. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Richie and Chang, it's Journey Trials and Joy all the time now. So
hey, what's up, man? What you got on our topic? You're the last caller of the day, man. What you got?
Wow, I feel special. Like I was telling you last time, I think the problem is that they're not screening for mental issues. The more I begin to start seeing, the more Westerners come there. Like it is becoming now very clear that low grade Westerners are flooding Southeast Asia with the wrong intent. And you're seeing that with the deranged guy who's, talking about spreading HIV, or the weirdo who's touching kids, or you're just seeing more and more of that, because now I'm guessing any crazy person can get on a plane and go somewhere nowadays. There needs to be more restrictions upon that.
Right. What kind of restrictions would you recommend? What would you recommend they do?
I think honestly, the type of people that you have to go there, maybe an income, what do you call it, a benchmark, a traveling benchmark, and an age benchmark. I think the old days of like, where the kids used to backpack around the world, it sounds nice and everything else like that, but in the world of social media, maybe we need to start restricting people based upon age until at least they're a little bit more mature and stuff like that. So maybe 30 years of age, they can start coming. But it just seems like I see it all the time on Instagram now. It's just basically guys who are just like, oh, I'm in Thailand. Guess where I'm at? And of course, you just have like the most debaucherous, what do you call it, racial epithet on people who just like go there for all the wrong reasons, or they go to the Philippines and they just go there for all the wrong reasons, and they're just like, well, you're showing the world. I don't know if you're respecting the people that you're supposedly in the country respect, and then they feel entitled. They're like, the world is supposed to be a free place. I'm supposed to be here. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is a new generation. This is a mindset of people that obviously I think should not be in different countries, in my personal opinion.
Right. And I hear you. But it's tough. You mentioned maybe 30-year-old limit, but this guy who did this thing was 40 years old, and he was married to this woman. I think it's such I don't disagree with you, but where do you draw the line? How do you I just think it's such a slippery slope when you start putting limits. And remember, tourism is the second largest industry here in the Philippines. If you start, you always have to follow the money, right, in politics. And if you start limiting what people can come in, they're going to start going elsewhere. And that's a lot of money lost in a country that needs money.
Now, yes, I 100% agree with you, Richie. But the problem that I have, and it's kind of like the expectations of low expectations is like the standard of low expectations. If we start saying to ourselves that we lowered the bar because we expect people's bad intentions or bad habits or bad nature will manifest somewhere else, we're not dealing with the problem. The problem is there's a lot. What is the issue that is driving these people to Asia? And I'm beginning to start understanding the answer is the fact is a lot of the men who go to Asia, and what I see on social media is the fact is they'll say, oh, the girls are easy here. They're easy here. The girls are easy here. Come here, guys. The girl, you want to live out here? Here, just come out here, get a networking job or a remote job, and you can stay out here. The girls are so nice and everything. Right. And the next thing that you know, you'll get the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Brads, the Chads, and all of these things, in there, and they're just basically running amok. My whole entire thing is, at what point do we start holding people responsible for their own actions and stuff like that? I still think the fact is maybe we have to put expectations upon people. Maybe the government should start, requiring people. It's like, listen, you're coming into this country, you get one chance and then you get the heck out. If you screw up, you get the heck out. We're deporting you, we're blacklisting you, and you don't come back. And maybe that's the problem.
I have no problem with that at all. You should be on your best behavior, and you shouldn't be causing problems in another country. I have no problem with that at all. I also don't have a problem with maybe some kind of, and some countries do have like a minimum income, or like you have to have X amount of money in the bank and be able to show that you have X amount of money in the bank to support yourself. Some cats wouldn't be able to meet that threshold, and so they wouldn't be able to get in.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that. The minimum age, I don't know, but yeah, but I hear you.
Do you think that, and I'm gonna ask you because I see you're a good guy because I've been following you and Chang for a while now.
Thank you.
So I know you went there for the right reasons and stuff like that. So this has nothing to do with you. But in your perspective and in your, in your experience, because when I was in the Philippines and I was there, I'm 42. when I went to the Philippines, I was about 30 so I was about 39 years old. And when I went there to go see my fiance, I actually proposed to her when I went there. That was in January of 2024 in Leyte. And I'm thinking to myself, like, when I was there, I saw so many old men with, younger Filipinos that I thought was a stereotype until I was actually there and I saw with my own eyes. I was like, wow, okay. And the hotel which I was staying at, the same thing I saw. So for me, I've come to the understanding that a lot of these guys, and this is something which I've noticed too, the expectations of the West when it comes to family, when it comes to divorce, when it comes to rejection, a lot of guys don't talk about the harsh feeling that they have about being a social reject. And they go to a place like the Philippines where they're not judged upon appearance, they're not judged upon, they're lacking and everything else like that. This does something a lot to them. Some people can handle it, other people go crazy.
Agreed.
And they don't know how to handle it. And this is part of the, thing that we have to be able to do. Maybe other foreigners have to check other foreigners, or, hold them accountable. But I just feel like the old days where it seems like people who go backpacking and go and see the world and stuff like that and being respectful of culture, I think those days are gone. We're just seeing the Pookies and Ray Rays and the Brads and the Chads, and they're just running amok because unfortunately the world has become a smaller place. Social media, planes and everything.
I definitely agree with you, and I appreciate you calling in. We went a little bit longer than we thought we would, but Colin made some good points, so we let it go on. But thank you for calling. Don't let it be the last time. We definitely appreciate you guys. So for you guys who called in, we love it. We try to take as many calls as possible. For you guys who commented, sorry if we couldn't get your comment in there. We do have to be careful because of YouTube standards and all their guidelines and all that stuff. The little money we make, we want to keep it. We don't want them taking it away. So if you guys remember, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Tomorrow, we'll be right back tomorrow with a different topic. You'll get the CP and it'll be up in just probably in the next hour or so to let you guys know what the topic is. But I know Ching is all excited about, we got to talk about this, we got to do this. So it'll be something much more positive, I guarantee, right? All right, so in the meantime, any last thoughts? Are you good?
I'm good.
All right. So I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Chang, and we're reminding you guys, if you come here to the Philippines,
Lead with your character.
not with your cash.
That's it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces, we're out. Thank you.
Bet carefully.
Bet carefully. Thank you guys. We love you.